So the first 10 races so far this year has been chock full of surprises in some ways here in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. And it's hard to believe we're already 2 races left till we go to the All-Star Weekend at Charlotte. But this here is this here, the location for stop number 11 brings us to the first road course stop in the series. That is as today we're here at Sonoma, California. The city just north of the city called the Wine Country, just north also of San Francisco. As today we're here for the running of the Fram Autolite 300K, as we're set for 17 laps of action on this 2.52-mile road course here at Sonoma. Here's the start line for today's running event. On the pole is Jesse Turner in car number 71. He's on the pole for today's event at a speed of over 89 miles per hour. He'll be alongside two-time winner season Kyle Matthews, number 42 Mellow Yellow Pontiac. He won a season at Bristol and at Richmond this year. Excuse me. Second row has Dylan Young, number 2 More Genuine Draft Pontiac, and the number 28 Texaco Haviland Ford of Keith Batson has the outside. Keith has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. Going to the third row has Sky Commons in the Quaker State Ford, car number 26, and Charles Sanford, number 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. He's one of the hometown favorites here, home state favorites, as he hails from California. He's yet to win a race so far this season, but this one has already won twice this season. It's Jessica Shelton, number 11 Bow Ford. She's won this season at Darlington and Texas. She'll be flanked by Zachary Fitzwater, number 52, the Napa Auto Parts Ford. Going to the fifth row, we'll have Dylan Poteet, the Maxwell House Ford, car number 22, and the Interstate Batteries Chevrolet, car number 18 of Preston Plord sits alongside. Next row has Seth Cullen in number 98 Bojangles Ford, and number 3 GM Goodman Chevrolet of Cole Deaver, two-time winner this season so far. His wins came at Martinsville and Atlanta this season. Next row down has Mike Becker in 44, the STP Pontiac, and Joshua Osborne, the Motorcraft Ford, car number 15. Next row down is Jonathan Zorlin, number 25 Kodiak Chevrolet, and Paul Minnick, number 90 Halleck Myers Furniture Ford. Next row down has William Brock, who won at Rockingham this season, the Kodak Film Chevy, car number 4, and Johnny Gardner, number 7 Hooters Ford, is alongside. Next row down has Jay Jefferson, number 5, the Tide Chevrolet, and beside him will be Nicholas Wade, number 14, the Kellogg's Corn Flakes Chevrolet. Next row down is Cat Batson, 16, Keystone Beer Ford, and number 75, James Henry, in the Factory Source of America Ford. Next row down has 2 more Fords, Becca Tellier, the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and she'll be alongside the number 1 Skull Classic Ford of Diego Yepes. He sits alongside. Next row down has Eli Bright, the Daytona 500 champion, the number 8 Ray Bestis Ford, and number 40 Mitchell Collins in the Dirt Devil Vacuum Cleaners Pontiac. Next row down has Rob Evans, number 12 Meineke Discount Mufflers Ford, and Simon Bloomfield in the Orkin Pest Control Ford, car number 9. Next row down has Jose Mills, the number 31, the Mom and Pop's Biscuits Chevrolet, and he'll be alongside Quentin Moore, the winner at North Wilkesboro this season, the Citgo Ford, car number 21. Next row down has T.J. Dent, number 68, the Country Time Lemonade Ford, and the Jasper Engines Ford, car number 55, and Nathan Ormond. Next row down has number 30, Ty Dent in the Pennzoil Pontiac, and Vince Almarego in the Purex Detergent Ford, car number 83. Next row down after that will be Ryman Brommer in the number 33 Skull Bandit Chevrolet, and Zach Winkle in the Western Auto Chevrolet, car number 17. And starting shotgun of will be Raleigh Spurley Tube and number 27 McDonald's Ford. So far here we have 7 winners in the first 10 races of the season here, and could we see 8 in the first 11, or we'll see a repeat winner? We'll find out here as the field is about to get set for racing here today. Here comes the command to fire the engines for the 11th stop on the tour here at Sonoma, California.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Back at Sonoma, California, as we're set for as pace cars leading down through turn number 10, as we'll get the green flag to kick off this Fram Autolite 300K. Jesse Turner is his first pole of the season in the number 71 car, the Dave Marcusone machine. Kyle Matthews, the defending series champion, sits alongside in the mellow yellow colors. He has, I believe he's the defending champion of this race at Sonoma from last season. So we'll see what happens here this season on this twisty, turny 2.52 mile road course. The green flag is out, and let's go road racing here at Sonoma. In-car cameras today being carried by Keith Batson, Jessica Shelton, and Cole Deaver. Those are our 3 in-car cameras in today's event. Kyle Matthews right now jumps out in front in the mellow yellow 42 colors. Jesse Turner second. There's Batson in third position. Charles Sanford right now running in fourth. Battle for fifth between Fitzwater and Dylan Young. They're side by side, as well as the 2 green cars, Preston Plord and the 26 of Sky Commons. As they come over the hill through turn number 6. That is the carousel portion of the course, as Sky Commons running just ahead of Jessica Shelton and Cole Deaver. As they round off the 6th turn, now heading for one of the 2 hairpins, turn number 7. And they come down through it at about 43 miles an hour in first gear at this point. Now here they come for the S's. Notice this is one of the finesse portions of the course. And also pretty fast in some places too. You know, saw Kyle already slam it down to the 4th gear, and he'll come through the 10th turn at about just under 100 miles an hour at this point. And here he comes. Oh, baby. Here we go for turn 11. And, oh, Matthews and Turner both heading down pit road. What in the world made Kyle Matthews and Jesse Turner both go down pit road? There's no caution. That's going to give the lead to Keith Batson. What in the world happened? Matthews off pit road. There's Jesse Turner off pit road. I don't know if it's a... I didn't see nothing they did to cause a stop and go penalty for some inexplicable reason, but what in the world happened? Now, one thing's for sure, Matthews and Turner both going to be hoping for a caution flag now, because track position is important at every racetrack, though, but never is it more important than on a road course. And that is going to cost both of them dearly if the race goes caution-free. But it's a break for the Davey Allison colors of Keith Batson as he leads Charles Sanford, who won the last race in the Tour at Talladega, in that tremendous finish over there in the Jeff Gordon cars. There he is. That's his lone win of the season so far at Talladega. Fitzwater's third, 4th is Dylan Young, 5th Sky Commons, 6th is Preston Plord. Going 7th is Jessica Shelton, 8th is Cole Deaver, 9th Seth Cole, and 10th is Dylan Potee. That's how they run here today as you ride with Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevy. He is the points leader coming into this event at Sonoma. He's won twice this season, as we said, over at Sonoma, as he won the season at Atlanta and again at Martinsville. I shouldn't say he won Sonoma yet, because I mean this race is now just 2 laps old, so. See, up ahead of him is Jessica Shelton at number 11, and she also has her in-car camera. Shelton's won this course many times herself, and she knows how to get it done. Heading down through turn number 6, following Preston Port up ahead in 6th position. Shelton running in 7th. And she comes down to one of the rare straightaways here at Sonoma. Very short straightaway though, because now they slam the brakes for turn number 7. And again down there at about 43 miles an hour in first gear as she tries to close up on Ford's car. Scott comes up ahead of him in 5th. Dylan Young up ahead in 4th. In the 3rd gear, now she's in 4th gear at the moment, up to about 130 miles an hour. I saw 130 blink a couple times on the speedometer, on the telemetry. Coming down for turn 11 here. Oh, here we go, turn 11. And up through first gear, up there in first gear, and it's down to about 35 miles an hour, which is pit road speed limit by the way here at Sonoma. And that is a lap around with Jessica Shelton at Sonoma. Again, Shelton running in 7th position. Her last lap at just under 89 miles an hour, 88.7 to be exact. As Keith Batson showing the way here at Sonoma, with Charles Sanford again running in 2nd position. As we gave you the top 10 already, there is 10th place Dylan Poteet. Joshua Osborne running in 11th position. So you got 2 Kentuckians about together. Poteet from the western part of Kentucky and Osborne from the southeastern part of Kentucky. But anyway, he's running in 11th position. 12th is Mike Becker. 13th is Paul Minnick. 14th is Jay Jefferson. Up ahead is Hendrick Motorsports teammate Jonathan Zorlin. That's Jefferson in 5, Zorlin in 25. Johnny Gardner, 16th position right now. William Brock, 17th, the winner this season at Rockingham. So he's in the All-Star race, as is Johnny Gardner, by virtue of being the series a former series champion. So Gardner and Brock both obviously will be preparing for their All-Star appearances at Charlotte. Kat Batson running in 18th position right now. She's battling Nicholas Wade for position. That's 18th and 19th. 20th is Becca Tellier in the Mark Martin colors in the Valvoline Ford. Tellier won last season down in Richmond. That was her last win recorded so far. Eli Bright, the Daytona 500 champion, coming up on the back of Tellier's car. Bright running 21st. 22nd is Diego Yepes. 23rd is James Henry. 24th is Jose Mills. There's the pace car there. Rob Evans, 25th. 26th is Mitchell Collins. 27th right now is Nathan Ormond. TJ Densky is running 28th position at the moment in the Country Time Ford. Simon Bloomfield, 29th, and 30th. Not a good run for him so far. Quentin Moore. We figured he'd be right up there on the road courses so far at this point, but unfortunately for Quentin, nothing doing for him so far in the Sitco colors. As the Morgan Shepherd car struggling here today on his track here. Remember, Quentin dominated at North Wilkesboro in the first Union 400. He won that race going away, leading all 60 laps in that race from the pole. But Quentin having his troubles here today at Sonoma, unfortunately for him. 31st is Ty Dent. 32nd is Vince Almarego. Battle for 33rd, Zach Winkle and Kyle Matthews. Matthews trying to recover from a disappointing unintentional pit stop. He and Jesse Turner both trying to recover from an unintentional pit stop. You remember, Matthews started from outside pole. Jesse Turner started from the pole in today's event. Matthews took the early lead. Looked like they were going to lead the first lap of the race there, he and Turner both. But then, by some weird glitch or whatever, they both went on the pit road at 35 miles an hour and made an unscheduled stop of some inexplicable reason. And both of them got sent to the tail end of the lead lap, or EOL as we say in online racing. Zach Winkle and right there trying to close up on Matthews right now. Matthews running in 32nd position. Winkle's 33rd. Turner's 34th right now. And there is Jesse Turner trying to get around Zach Winkle there. He does it with ease. He's up to 30. He's at the 33rd position now. Matthews 32nd. Winkle's 34th. 35th is Riley. No, 35th is actually Zach Winkle. 36th is Riley Spurley. Tubin. 37th is Ryan Brommer. That's how they run right now. After now 5 laps of this event, and Keith Batson still later, but he's trying to hold off the challenge of Charles Sanford. Sanford would like to win one here in California. He has won at Sonoma before, but he would like to also win at California at Auto Club Speedway, which is next on the tour for the Auto Club 400. And he lives more near that track than he does here at Sonoma. But Charles has been to Sonoma for the races before, obviously. Out in real life, that is, not in but in real life, including last season's race over there, including this past season's race for the Monster Energy Cup Series. He's hanging on to second position right now for the moment. Then Fitzwater's still running third. 4th is still Young. 5th is still Sky Commons in the 26 Quaker State car. So it is Ford's first, 3rd, and 5th. Chevy is 2nd, and Pontiac running in 4th position. Keith Batson does have a rear bumper cam. Going through, I think that's turn 4, going through turn 5 now. Chugs the car up the hill, now downhill for turn 6. That's the carousel portion of the course. Batson down there, they're at about 86 miles an hour in 3rd gear. Now goes up the little straightaway to see how fast he goes before he gets it. He's in 4th gear briefly at about 132 miles an hour and then slams on the brakes down the 1st gear and goes through it at about 42 miles an hour. Batson does at least. Let's see how fast he maneuvers the S's. We saw Shelton go through there at about 130 a few laps ago. Batson up to 3rd gear now, and now slams it down to 4th gear. Plays the throttle just a little bit up to about 128 miles an hour through the S's part of the course. And here he comes. Oh, baby! Here we go for turn 11. Sanford trying to close up a bit here on Batson, down about 1st gear through through turn 11. Excuse me. Now go through turns 12. That's a very quick turn, and goes into turn 1 about 122 miles an hour. Now he'll go on the brakes for turn 2, which is a trouble spot here in Sonoma. More often than not, we've seen some guys get off the course, very easily get off the course in turn 2, and goes down there at about 51 miles an hour. That's how fast he goes through turn 2. Check and see where everybody's at. Shelton's still running in 7th position. Beaver still in 8th. 9th is Seth Cole. And 10th is still Dylan Poteet. Poteet has won Sonoma before. You remember the finish between he and Alexander Dawson in the season 5 in this event, in which Poteet thought he lost to come off the 11th turn, but then he comes right back on the 12th turn and beat Dawson to the line by about a half a car length in that race. And that was one of the best Sonoma finishes we've ever had in this series before. That was when he used the shoot version of Sonoma, by the way, not the carousel version, but Poteet has yet to win on the carousel version. Whether he does it today or not, though, it's going to remain to be seen. But Poteet does have a Sonoma win in his own right, and that's his only road course win. To my knowledge, in the series, it was his only road course win. But he is in 10th position right now. At the moment, he got one of the fastest laps of the race so far. Well, not the top 10, not one of the top 10 fastest, but fast lap race is being held so far by Sky Cummins at just over almost 89.4 miles an hour. Poteet had a look on Seth Cole, by the way, for the 9th position as he tries to close up. 3 4s right together, 98, 22, and 15. That's 9, 10, and 11 on your screen. There's 11th, Osborne. Mike Becker having a good solid day in 12th position in the King Richard Petty cars, except with 44 on it. It'll be 43 next season. Paul Minnick running in 13th. 14th is still Jefferson. 15th is still Zorland. 16th is still Johnny Gardner. and William Brock in 17th position. And they have pulled away slightly from 18th. And there's 18th, Nicholas Wade. Looking through some of the bills, there's Jose Mills, Rob Evans. 25th is where he's at. 26th is Mitchell Collins. Nathan Orman, now the next to feel the wrap from Kyle Matthews. Matthews up to 28th position. Orman in 27th at the moment. Matthews takes a look inside of Orman. Not quite enough. Meantime, Jesse Turner's in 30th position as he's having trouble getting him by TJ Dent in the 68 car. And Matthews tries to power on the outside of the track. I don't know if that's a good move or not. Let's see if he can come off turn number 6. Matthews and Orman's going to be side by side. Matthews power move off turn 6. I don't think anybody's ever pulled a pass on the outside of the corner of that corner, but he did. He's up to 27th right now. Orman back to 28th, and there's Jesse Turner in 29th position as he's finally gotten past TJ Dent in 68. TJ Dent, meanwhile, did get around Quentin Moore. And now Matthews pulls up in the back of Mitchell Collins' car, number 40. That's actually another Sabco car. The Dirt Devil cars, and whoa, Matthews up the track a little bit through turn number 11. Jesse Turner, meantime, got around Nathan Orman. That's for 28th, I think. Yep, that is 28th. Matthews in 27th right now. There we gave you the rest of the field right there. As you see, Ryan Brummer still in the back of the pack there in 37th position. Meantime, the interval staying about the same between the 28 and 24 cars. The Ford and Chevrolets going at it. In fact, the top 10 still remaining the same at the moment as we are about to complete the 10th lap of this race. It'll be 10 down and 7 to go here at Sonoma. Pretty clean race so far here on this racetrack here as Batson comes off the 11th turn. As you see, Sanford now comes off the turn. Compared to laps this time by, Batson comes across the line, 89.120 miles an hour. Sanford slightly quicker at 89.187. Fitzwater still third. Dylan Young still running in 4th position. Ten laps in the event, average speed so far just under 89 miles an hour, 88.937 miles an hour. Remember, the pole speed was 89, set by Jesse Turner. Check on him another time right there. Turner's in 20th position, Matthews in 27th. At the moment, as they're still trying to get around Mitchell Collins in number 40. And now Keith Batson, of course, still leading him down as he and Sanford now lead off through turn number 11. Check lap speeds again this time by Sanford was a lot quicker in her car the last time. Batson 89.027, Sanford 88.915. So Sanford lost a little bit that time by. As we're now down to 6 laps remaining here at Sonoma. And meantime, Jessica Shelton has pulled ahead of Cole Deaver by a bunch. Deaver apparently slipped through the 11th turn and lost a little bit of ground to Shelton. And you ride with Deaver's car and a Goodwrench Chevy as you see Shelton basically becoming a tiny little dot just ahead of Deaver right now. You can barely see her as they go through the 6th turn. Heading down through the 7th turn as you watch how Cole Deaver drives his track. Deaver running in 8th position at the moment in the GM Goodwrench Chevy. And goes through there at about 130 miles an hour in 4th gear. That's turn 9. Turn 10 down at about 95 miles an hour. So as he goes through the 11th corner on this track. Down about 1st gear at about 35 miles an hour. So Cole Deaver driving that car, driving that track pretty smooth here through here in Sonoma. And now again riding with Jessica Shelton in 7th place as she tries to get around Preston Ford for 6th position. 5 laps to go Sonoma, and you saw the interval right there. Sanford lost a lot of time that time by 1.3 seconds now behind Keith Batson. And actually, I think it was my mistake. I think, no. Actually, I thought I made a mistake in saying it. I thought Batson won Sonoma last year, but actually Matthews. Actually, I was right the first time. Matthews won Sonoma last season, and Batson actually his road course win came at Riverside. Closing up to the back of Preston Ford in 18 as they go through the 7th corner. Nothing doing so far for Jess, but still trying. So far, it's been all about Keith Batson. As he cuts the rumble strips through turn number 11, and right now Sanford's got Zachary Fitzwater behind him in 52, and right now Keith Batson's just got it on cruise control right now in the number 20 at Texaco Haviland Ford. His last lap, 89. Last lap actually at 88.985 miles an hour. Charles' last lap, 88.84. So, excuse me. Check some of the cars in the back there. There's Raleigh Spurley-Tube in 27, and Ryan Brommer trying to battle the not be last place in this event. Unfortunately for those two. You can bet they're going to be wanting to get rid of those setups before they go to Riverside for the second road stop in the tour. Zach Winkle trying to get around Vince Almarego in 83. That's 34th and 35th on your screen. Ty Dent up ahead in 33rd spot. So Jesse Turner still in 26th, now in 26th position. Kyle Matthews trying to take 24th away from Jose Mills. They go through turn number 5. And Matthews tries again on the outside in turn 6. Mills should have the preferred groove, but Matthews has got the horsepower for some horsepower as he's trying to gain every position he can. Matthews up to 24th position. Here comes Turner for 25th. And he's got it. So up ahead for those two now is James Henry in 23rd spot. Yepes still 22nd. 21st is Bright. 20th is Tellier. Cat Batson running in 19th at the moment. There's 18th, Nicholas Wade. So no changes among positions except for what Matthews and Turner's trying to gain. And there is Charles Sanford in 24 trying to close up what he can against Keith Batson, but I think right now Keith, as I said, he's got the Texaco Haviland Ford on cruise control right now. The man from the state of Maine. Out in front here at Sonoma, I think he has won at this track before. Here at Sonoma, he's won at Sonoma. He's won at Riverside. He's yet to win at the Glen for the third road stop on the tour. And he's coming down now for 2 laps to go this time by. As Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford, jumped out to the lead after Matthews and Turner had their inexplicable pit stop in the first lap of the race. Batson had his lead knocked off a 1/10 of a second, but 1/10 of a second of the lap's not going to cut it here at Sonoma. Not in 2 laps, actually. Sanford's going to have to pick a whole lot more up, or hope something goes wrong on Keith Batson's car, which at this point doesn't look like it's going to be likely at the moment. There you see Batson still keeping it smooth, trying to not run it too hard. Still checking the progress of Matthews and Turner as in their move to the front to try to gain what they can. As we watch Keith Batson round his way through the S's here, as he's got about a lap and a quarter to go here at Sonoma before he grabs his first victory of the season. He'll also, if he holds on, punch his ticket into the All-Star race at Charlotte. That way he won't have to be one of the drivers that'll have to finish top 5 in the Winston Open to race his way into the event. As they're going to start finish line, white flag waves for Keith Batson. 1 lap to go here at Sonoma, California. And again, pulls out ahead of Sanford on his lead. It's now a second and a half. Second is still Charles Sanford. Third is still Fitzwater. Fourth is still Dylan Young. Sky Commons running 5th. 6th is still Preston Plord. Jessica Shelton 7th. 8th is Cole Deaver. 9th is Seth Cole. And 10th is Dylan Potee. That's how they run at the moment. Then it's Osborne, Becker, Minnick, Jefferson in 14th position. Then Zorlin 15th. Then Gardner, Brock, Nicholas Wade in 18th. Then Cat Batson 19th. And Becca Tellier running in 20th position at the moment. That's how they run at the moment here at Sonoma, as Keith Batson rounds the 7th corner. Takes it through there very leisurely. And just up ahead, by the way, is a lap car, a little bit of a lap car up ahead. That is, Diego Yepes has got problems on his Skull Classic Ford, and Batson's about to lap him, and he does so indeed. Yepes trying to stay out of the way, so Diego Yepes problems in the late stages of the race here, but meantime, going through corner number 11, he comes here, and he is going to punch his ticket into the All-Star race through to number 12. The Fram model at 300K goes to Keith Batson. He wins at Sonoma. Keith Batson punches his ticket into the All-Star race at Charlotte. And for once, does not have to race his way into the field in the Winston Open, obviously. But Batson dominates the day here today at the first road race of the season. Charles Sanford comes home second. Third will be Zachary Fitzwater. Fourth, Dylan Young. Fifth will go to Sky Commons. Sixth place, Preston Ford. Seventh to Jessica Shelton. Eighth to Cole Deaver. Ninth to Seth Cole. 10th to Dylan Poteet. 11th to Joshua Osborne. And we'll give you the rest of the finishing order as they come up here. But Keith Batson takes it all today here at Sonoma, California. Average speed of 88.915 miles per hour. And we have yet to have the whole field run down here. Some of the field, it was a gearbox failure, by the way, that cost Diego Yepes, by the way, on the very last lap of the race. A tough break for him here today. Average speed 88.915 miles an hour. And 11 races are in the books. Keith Batson gets his first victory of the season, and as he takes home the first road race of the season. Rest of the finishing order for you: Joshua Osborne comes home on 11th, 12th to Mike Becker, 13th Paul Minnick, Jay Jefferson 14th, 15th to Jonathan Zorlin, 16th Johnny Gardner, 17th will go to William Brock, 18th to Nicholas Wade, 19th will go to Kyle Matthews as he made his way up from 36th to 19th in the last throughout the entire race. Just imagine if that pit stop not have happened for him and Jesse Turner. Turner gets stuck finishing 22nd. Batson was 20th. Becca Tellier was 21st. Then Jesse Turner 22nd. 23rd, we'll go to Eli Bright. 24th, James Henry. Jose Mills 25th. Rob Evans 26th. 27th, we'll go to Mitchell Collins. Nathan Orman 28th. 29th, we'll go to TJ Dent. Quentin Moore 30th. Then Simon Bloomfield, Ty Dent, Vince Almorego, Zach Winkle, Ryan Brommer, Riley Spurley, 36th. And Diego Yepes will unfortunately be the last finisher in 37th position. But so Keith Batson wins the race here today at Sonoma, California. His first win of the 21st season of the series. Averaging almost 89 miles an hour. And the next race in the tournament will be at Auto Club Raceway as we stay in the state of California at Auto Club Raceway in Fontana, California, the big 2-mile D-shaped racetrack. And so, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got races, gaming videos, whatever the person on the NNSCRA says goes desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out the Last of Us Light Series, the Pizza Hut X Series, the Hershey's Cup Series, and the Coors Light Truck Series. Please be sure to check those races out on this channel, as well as some of our other NNSCRA races, including the Marvel Studios Cup Series from Levi McIntyre and Michael Norman's Boas are All Pro Series. Please be sure to check those races out as well. Here's some of the best in our offline races are under the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. So that is the story from Sonoma, California. We'll see you at Auto Club Raceway for the Auto Club 400. And for now, it's James Walsh, a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?